Hey people, what's up? This is Robert Anton, robertanton.com. Just another installment of So You Want to Be a Singer. I'm going to call this one Singing Your Key. And why do I say singing your key? Well, you know, when someone writes a song or when they have a song written for them or they decide to record a song, generally the songwriters will do it in a key that is comfortable for that person. A lot of times, even if the song is submitted to them in another key, what an artist will do is they will pick a key, and when they take it to have it arranged, it will be chosen for them the best key for their voice. And what's the best key for their voice? Generally, you know, it takes in what their range is, what their money notes are, where the song sounds best in their range. So when you sing this song, sometimes someone says, oh, well, he sounds just like so-and-so on that. Maybe because, you know, they have that type of voice and you are singing it in their key. Now, I do a lot of cover tunes with different bands, and sometimes it's like basically required. It's a part of my job. So regardless of if it's in my key or if it's not in my key, sometimes I have to do the song. Like I do Crazy, Gnarls Barkley, and it's really high. And I could sing it in that key, but the problem is going out of my falsetto back into the main part of my voice. It's so difficult. And it's uncomfortable, and it'll take a lot more work than I feel like I need to put into it. So what I did is I just changed the key. It's in C minor, actually, and I put it in A minor. And it sounds so much better, and it sounds, I mean, great to me, and everyone loves it. And so I do it, I mean, just like that. That's what you have to do a lot of times. You have to put it into your key, especially if you have to do this a lot or if you have to do the song often. You want it to be comfortable for you. You want it to be in the best place for your voice. If you're not familiar with music a lot of times, or let's say if you don't have a musical director or you're not with a band and you can't really key the song, maybe you just pick up a track, I suggest the best thing to do is find people that actually sing in your range and do their material. That's the best thing, the best way to showcase your voice and your talent. I used to sing in clubs when I was 16, 17, 18. I was invited onto people's shows, and I usually would go and I would find a bunch of instrumental music, and I would learn the things that I could sing, basically. The things that were too high, even if they were very popular, I just didn't bother with them. Even back then, I was just like, okay, no, that hurts. I'm not going to do that. It's just not worth it. And many a times I would pick up something and the song would not be popular because it would be a brand new song and I just picked up the instrumental. Well, you know, I'd been doing it for like a month or two when it finally became popular, you know, and I was already on top of it. Man, you've been singing that song for such and such and such and such. I always liked that song. You know, so just try to find things that are in your key, or if you sing with a band, or if you have to do an audition for something and you have a vocal coach or a vocal teacher, someone who helps you with your music for auditions, change the key. That's all. Just change the key. It's so easy today with computers and with all the different programs. All you have to do is pick up a program, you know, have it loaded into the computer, or have someone load it into the computer for you. It'll change the key for you. You can put in your key and print it up. Boom, boom, boom. There you have exactly what you need. You can take it to the pianist there or a band that's going to be playing it for you, and you can do it in your key. Choosing your key is sometimes the hardest thing to do because you have to figure out, if you don't really know music, you have to figure out what key it's in and then how far you need to take it down. I'm a baritone, so generally most tenor songs I take down a minor third. And I do that on my little keyboard. I don't know if you can see it back there. I do it on my little keyboard, and sometimes it's difficult. It's easier with the major keys because I'm more comfortable there. But in the minor keys, sometimes I just have to just figure it out. Or sometimes if you know, I know I have to learn something, I'll call up the band leader and I'll say, well, what key is this in? Do you suggest I take it down a step, blah, 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 blah. Or a lot of times I'll just... Which is terrible, but the bands are supposed to be able to, the people in these bands are great musicians, and they're supposed to be able to change the key basically on site. So what I'll do a lot of times is I'll find out what the key is. I'll decide what's best in my voice, you know, and generally I'll decide that by seeing what the highest notes are in the song and making them comfortable for me, and then I'll put it in that key. And when I get there to the gig, I'll say, you know, we can do the song, but we do it in so-and-so and so. Or they'll say, you know, Crazy, A minor. And, you know, once or twice I've gotten, it's in C minor. Yeah, but I do it in A minor. Or like, What a Wonderful World, a lot of people do it in F. But I do it in D because I really like the low notes. You know, I could do it in F, but I do it in D because I like the really low sound, and it gives it more of a Nat King Cole flavor to me. And actually people have said that when they hear me do it there. And so I like to do it there. So when someone calls that song for me, I say D. And they look and they say, okay, D, all right, fine. Yeah. But see, I'm being comfortable, and you know, musicians, I think, really respect that. They see that I am also a musician, that I know my keys, that I'm on top of my music, and you know, all they can do is follow along, and that's what I expect when I'm singing with a band. You know, another thing that I would give a little bit of advice, just a little bit off the beaten path, but if you are singing with a lot of different people, you know, and you rehearse and rehearse and rehearse, sometimes it's best to do it your way. Now and then you can do it their way, but most of the time I do it my way. You know, generally when you're the singer and you work with a lot of different outfits and you do a lot of different things, you know, you can't follow them, because if you follow them and they're trying to follow you, then it becomes a little bit of a mess. So what I do is when I go in, I'm the singer on this, you follow me. You know, as far as going in and out, I follow the band leader. But when it comes to just within the song, it's my song. I'm doing the lead. The band will follow me. And I'm starting to learn, well, I've been learning all the call points, you know, like this is to the bridge, you know, this is to the top, you know, the keys, let's say B, A, E flat would be 3 flats, you know, so I'm learning all that stuff so that while I'm singing, you know, I can also lead the band if I do something that I think might be different from what they normally do. So anyway, if you want to be comfortable, the best thing is to rehearse, know your keys, and change the key if you need to. If it's really not working in your key, I mean in the key that it's in, change the key if you need to, because it's the best thing for you, and a lot of times it's the best thing for the music. And listen, don't feel bad about bringing the key down or taking it up, because a lot of times, even professional musicians who have recorded the song in a certain key, when they do a full show of 60, 90 minutes, a lot of times they will change some of the keys of the songs also, because if they constantly record way up in their range, a lot of times during a full show they can't sing the whole thing well, and what you want to do is give a great performance. So they'll also bring down some of the keys on some of the songs. And over time, naturally, a lot of times, like now Bon Jovi and I don't know, Kiss and some of those different groups, they will also bring down the keys of songs as they get older and they don't feel like they want to work as hard, because a lot of times, you know, it's the minimalist things that people really like, and they want to hear the song and they want to hear it in your best key and the best that you can give it to them. Alright, so thanks a lot. I hope this has helped. And this is Robert Anton, robertanton.com. I have a new CD out, Insane. You can check it out at cdbaby.com/CD/RobertAnton3. You can Google me on the net. Just put in Robert Anton Music or Play Anton Productions. And I hope to see you soon. Alright, take care. Bye.